Hello, hello. Live on Twitch. Talking Mirror as a Discord replacement. Okay. Let's get out of Discord. Distract the heck out of me. Oh, jeez. Turn off. Get myself organized here. Oh, jeez. Excuse me. Still have no idea what I'm doing on Twitch. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Hello, hello, and welcome. Alright. So the idea tonight is I am working on a new project. You guys know I'm working on the build. I'm also working on bringing the Think Tank's artwork back. Very project that was close to my heart that just never got released, so finally have the opportunity to release that. And yeah, I've sort of been saying to myself that if I'm going to do another project, I don't want to use Discord. So let's workshop that for a minute. So Discord pros, channels, I think what do they call it? Not Unicode. Yeah, I think it's Unicode. You can do some cool things there. Games, organization of stuff, roles. I actually do like roles. I do like the plugins and add-ons and stuff. Cons, I think it's a bit of a time suck. So it's a rabbit hole, I guess. Too much going on. Now, when I say too much going on, if you were in one Discord, you'd be fine. It's all good with one Discord. But if you are in many Discords, it gets really, really tricky. Yeah. If you've got following 5 to 10 projects, they're all pinging you and they all want you to RT, they all want you to follow, they all want you to jump into, what's it called? That Rumble game or Gartic. That, it just becomes way too much. Alright, so too much going on. Multiple projects using Discord means too much activity, too much commitment, takes too much time. People feeling burnt out. And it's interesting because I tweeted about it, and majority of the population were, well, my following, we're against Discord. They want something different. Discord was made for gamers playing games. So if you've got one server with your friends, so much easier. But like I said, when you're using it as a platform to communicate with an audience in terms of using it as a business, now it's too much when you've got too many people using it. So this is actually something here I want to talk about, like the behavioral psychology of it all. So if people are saying that there's too much going on, too much commitment, too much time, people feeling burnt out, perhaps this means that like people are busy. Maybe it's not really behavioral psychology. This is probably more psychographics. Oh man, my typing is terrible. Psychographics of people, like, they're busy. I've noticed, I don't know if it's just me, but I've noticed that, people are in that 30 to 40 year old age bracket. Yeah, maybe even a bit older. I mean, you do get people older and younger, but they're the types of people that I'm seeing. And so, I mean, a lot of these people that I'm meeting have kids. So sitting on Discord is not, it just doesn't vibe with the type of lifestyle like we have. I've got 4 kids. Yeah, sitting on Discord all the time. Like if I'm sitting here with my phone while eating dinner or watching TV, I'm not much of a father at that point. My family's supportive if I have to do work or do something like that, but doing that all the time, oh man, it's too much. So I felt the burnout, right? When I started October 2021, I was on paternity leave. That's what got me into the space. My brother-in-law was like, hey, NFTs this, NFTs that. And I said, it sounds really cool. I still don't quite understand what the appeal is, like why people would spend so much, but I'm keen to get into it. I just don't have the time. And then my 4th child was born and I had a couple of weeks off. So pretty much the day she was born. So October 1st is the day that I started on NFTs. And I had some time and I saw the opportunities and I was like, you know what? I'm going to commit. I was going to commit. It was exciting. There was heaps of opportunity. And I loved it. And what you do, especially if you've got an entrepreneurial spirit, is you sacrifice. You say, you know what? I'm going to spend time being a mod. I'm going to help out as many projects. I'm going to get noticed. I'm going to get noticed by people. So hopefully I can get into one of these projects and maybe make some ETH. And so it was all good, but fast forward to, March 2022. What's that, 5 months? It's 8 months. Whoa. October, November, December. No, 6 months. 6 months. 6 months in the scene and you're just like, oh, another Discord. Especially if you're losing money. Because every time there's a new project and everyone's hyping up, you got to go in, you do your obligatory GM, you look at what the allow list prerequisites are, and you grind. You set your notifications and you go back in. It just became laborious. And that's the state. That's the state of Discord. I think when the bear market happened, everyone moved into this whole like, you know what, I need to focus on my job, I need to focus on my kids, I need to focus on my wife, I need to focus on my mental health, and everyone just sort of took a step back and just chilled out for a bit, which was good. I really liked when the bear market came. One, it just skimmed all the fat, trimmed the fat. All the people that were just in it for like quick to make a quick buck bounced. But everyone who was like legitimately there to build something in Web3, they're still around, and this is why we're able to have such cool conversations like Aussie follow Aussie. So good. I thought it was going to be shallow. I thought no one was going to support each other because that's what I was used to. No, got in there and everyone's just supportive. Like everyone's helping each other. They're doing spaces. They're shilling each other, and it just feels exciting again. You know, it just feels, you know, what it felt like when I first got in. So glad to be here. Back to the topic. Discord has just started to get a little bit laborious. Even now, I jump back in and I'm just like, oh. Like, if I jump into a chat, there's just so much going on. I just cannot be bothered keeping up with the Discord. Cool. So, in Web 2, the Web 2 creator economy, let's say that. Jeez. In the Web 2 creator economy, the way that this works, and this shouldn't be a new concept for a lot of people, but I'll explain it anyway. I explained it in another video, but just in case. Oops. Let me draw up a quick diagram for y'all. Slice, slice, cool. Alright, so this is what, it's a very simple thing we call the creator funnel. Now with that creator funnel, you start off with a rented audience. You move down into an owned audience, and then you want to monetize. Pretty straightforward, and you would have seen this a lot. You know, you see the online coaches, people selling protein shakes, weight loss stuff. It's essentially what they're using. All right. The whole idea is to attract people and make some money off them. But your rented audience is social media. And what do we mean by rented? Essentially, we mean, you know, can be taken away from you. Right? So you amass a huge Twitter following and then Twitter bans your account for some reason. Excuse me. Say it can happen on Instagram, can happen on Facebook. Maybe the company just shuts down and the whole thing just goes goodbye. You lose everyone. Okay? There's no way for me to take my Instagram following and import it into Facebook and have the exact same amount of followers or likes on my Facebook page. It doesn't work that way. So we look at a thing called permission marketing, and that was email or electronic direct mail, EDM. You know, this lists are owned by you. Okay, so let's say people sign up for an ebook and you're using, I don't know, just spreadsheet. You're just manually maybe using Zapier that fills out a Google sheet for you, and that's how you keep track of your emails. That can work. But then you want to upgrade, so you move to MailChimp. And you use MailChimp, you could take that CSV and import it into MailChimp and you're good to go. Let's say you now upgrade from MailChimp to HubSpot. You can take that mailing list and you can upload it to HubSpot. You want to create a lookalike audience. You can take that list and you can create a lookalike audience. So this is what we mean by having an owned audience. And then from that owned audience, because on this side, essentially what you're saying is you have cold leads, warm leads, These ones are your hot leads, and these are one. You win these ones. Yeah. But obviously you could break down each of these. Like within this hot audience, there'll be some that are colder than others. But generally speaking, they come to the top of the funnel. They don't know about you. They see you via an ad, or maybe you're on a Twitter space or whatever. They hear about your project and they go, yeah, I kind of like that. So they follow you. They like your page. They do something. So they're now within your sphere of influence. Even though they're right on the outside, they're still your sphere of influence. So that's great. But you still can't close them. Especially, here's another thing. Not even that your audience can be taken away, but just the fact that, like for the company I work for here in Brisbane, we have 27,000 followers. Yeah, I think it's about 27,000 followers on Instagram. But when you look at we were posting every day, we were trying new things like Reels, IGTV, stories, games, or just following all the advice that you could. We were still only, our posts would fluctuate. Sometimes we'd get like 6,000 to 7,000 accounts reached. Sometimes we'd only get 1,000 accounts reached. Do you know how sucky that is to a massive following of 27,000 people, and then you look at your insights and you've only reached 1,000 people? It sucks. Really sucks. So the algorithm stuff is what becomes really frustrating. Yeah. The algo stuff is very, very frustrating, and it's a problem we all have to deal with. So it is what it is. But you need to understand where it sits within your creator funnel. It's not wrong to try and sell to a rented audience. That's totally fine. But you'll probably have to work twice as hard to close someone here than you do down here. Twice as hard to close someone here as you do down here. Because this is the whole premise behind cold, warm, hot leads is likelihood to purchase, right? How likely they are to transact with you. And so here is relationship building as you work your way down this list. And so up here, their level of commitment to you is pretty light. They're interested, but they're pretty light. Maybe they just want to know a little bit more about you. Maybe they just followed you because they're going to possibly win a free mint, right? That sounds familiar. And then you go into this hot audience and they're like, nah, man, I really like what you do. Like, please email me weekly or a couple of times a week so I can make sure that I don't miss your weekly deals. I don't want to miss your blog post because I find your lifestyle or empowerment or whatever it is. I love your coffee tips, your cooking tips, whatever it is, that sense of value that you're giving. I find it so valuable that I want to be notified personally. That is what's so powerful about that owned audience. And so what I saw coming into Web3 is that, it was the Wild West. And man, when you've struck oil, go for it. And that's what everyone did. It was so easy to make money. It was so easy for people to create a project and to gain followers because the excitement was there. So you throw everything out the window. I couldn't have a professional conversation to save my life. I was sharing my credentials. I wanted to talk about branding and strategy. No one wanted to hear it. They didn't have to, because why do I need to do that when I can just smack the ground here and oil comes out? Like, that's how easy it was. So screw your strategy. But now crypto winter comes along, and now people actually have to think. Now people actually have to consider, how are we going to make money? Like, the RT and like and tag 3 friends is not working anymore. The Gartic games and the Rumble, someone tell me what that Rumble game is. It's not Royal Rumble. The Rumble games aren't working anymore, right? The pings, the announcements, and this is the problem. I know you've all seen it. You've got Discord servers with thousands, maybe even tens of thousands of people, but they still can't get people to mint. So there's a disconnection there between the audience and the project. Okay, so let's push this aside. I won't push it aside. I'll just change the color. So this is how we're currently using it. We go Twitter through to Discord. And then from there to the website. That's it. So our owned audience is on Discord. If there is no way other than Discord for you to contact any of these people, right? There is no way for you to analyze their behavior. So in EDMs, even if you were anonymous, it's not about knowing your name. It could just be user 2571AAC3. User blah has opened your last 10 emails, but has only clicked once within them. User 6957Z hasn't clicked on anything. And you can start to rank these people and go, okay, that's interesting. I'm going to focus my attention on these people because they seem to be very, very interested. You see what I'm saying here? Now, when we're saying we don't need your name, I don't know, wallet address? Yeah, you can still track activity without giving away your personal information. And this is something that becomes really fascinating. But here in Discord, the analytics and insights in Discord are terrible. I tried to look for like what times are people coming in. No, it's just, unless you're sitting there watching it day in, day out, you just cannot see it because it wasn't built for that. It was built for, socializing with your friends, not analyzing their activity. So it's very, very hard to get insights on your community there. It's very, very hard to pinpoint people out. The only way that you kind of own the audience in Discord is if the person, so the potential customer, lives in Discord, right? So this here Discord, and man, I'm kind of talking to myself as I'm doing. I'm using you guys as my sounding board as I strategize and I think about this. So as the Discord users have to come in, they have to be in Discord. You get a ping to go to Discord. That's not natural for a lot of people. People don't live in Discord. Anyone who's used to Discord, do you know what they do? They finish their work. Let's say that it's me. If I was a gamer, I would finish my work, I would kiss my kids goodnight, I'd have dinner, all this sort of stuff. And then I'm like, cool, I'm going to jump on and play League of Legends. My boy's on in Melbourne. My other boy, in Germany's jumping on, and we're going to jump on, team up, and we're going to play some games. Just have fun. Yeah? That is what it's for. I don't live in Discord. Just don't. And if I do, it's a casual chat between friends. So you're understanding what I'm trying to say here. Whereas on the flip side, I'm just going to move this here. With the Web 2 model, when people go to your email, let's say MailChimp. We'll say MailChimp. Your audience doesn't require a MailChimp. This freaking green's pissing me off. Hold on. I already get this. My OCD's freaking. Yeah. Your audience does not need a MailChimp account in order to interact with you. Right? They go from Twitter. They sign up to your EDM via your website. There's even other ways you can do it from other platforms. Like you can do it via Facebook. You can do it straight out of Instagram. You can do it from Twitter. What are they using? Substack? No, not Substack. I think they use something else. Maybe Substack. Either way, email it's ingrained in us. Like, we check our emails regardless of what we're involved in. We check them for work, we check them to stay in touch with family, we send each other files through there, we conduct business via email. So it is ingrained in our system. Just like we design for mobile, we need to design for the user experience. If people are used to one way of behavior, don't fight it. Okay, you don't want to fight that. You want to work with them. Now, maybe one day we will shift as a society to something different. Absolutely. And we'll evolve to something else. Right now, we're not used to that because the rest of our life is on email. So it's a pain in the ass when we have to install another app, be on that app for no other reason but to monitor your project. You with me? The other great thing about MailChimp is that you don't even need to be on a specific mail server. You could be Hotmail, Yahoo, Gmail, Microsoft Outlook. Like, you can use whatever you want. You can create your own like custom, like hello@unclebimbim.com. It doesn't matter. In emails and emails and email. If it's a registered email anywhere, you can use it. Now, this is what they call, like, this is interesting to me because when you talk about metaverse and the future of metaverse, you talk about interoperability. Okay, like the movie Ready Player One. That whole thing, that whole game, the Oasis, everything is interoperable. You could play Minecraft here, then you can go and play like a first-person shooter, and then you go over here and you play a racing game, and then someone's playing boxing over here. That's a very difficult concept because how does the metaverse become a thing if interoperability is what could? It's one of the theories that I read is that interoperability is an important component within the metaverse. How do you do that when you've got Binance Chain and Ethereum? Right there. Yo, Bada, my man. Good to see you, bro. Hold on. I always like stuff in the chat. Good to see you, brother. How come I can't? Oh, bloody. You're early. You're early, man. So, how did you go with the Mario Kart? The Mario Kart tournament, was that today? This dude coaching Mario Kart teams, even esports. Yeah. Man, you sound like a top bloke, man. I'm looking forward to catching up for a beer soon. Thanks for coming, man. I appreciate it. I really do. Yeah, but you had fun, right? That's all that matters. Awesome, man. So where was I? I was talking about Twitter, MailChimp, website. Yeah, you can be on anything. Right? You don't have to sign up to a specific platform to get your emails. All right? That is where Discord is falling short. It requires so much from the other person. And it goes against conventional wisdom when you think about business, right? Because good business, a good sales pipeline, you want to restrict friction. You want to make it easy for the person to buy from you. Like, why would you make it difficult for them to buy from you? Okay, so I've been sort of meditating and strategizing about this whole creator funnel and the way we do things in Web 2. And I'll write that there for anyone who's coming in a bit late. This is a Web 2 creator funnel, something that most of us are pretty familiar with. Either we've set one up ourselves or we've bought something through one, right? You've seen something posted on Instagram, you're like, man, that's a really cool pair of jeans. Or that's a cool pair of shoes. You click the link and it takes you to the website. Maybe from there you sign up. Sometimes you just go straight to the website and then monetize. But either way, there's a way of pushing you down the funnel. For a lot of us, from a creator perspective. So me, I create content here. I don't have, I mean, you guys may subscribe on Twitch, but long term, like right now, I don't want anyone to subscribe. I'm practicing talking on camera. I'm practicing articulating myself. But eventually, what I want people to do is be like, man, this guy's cool. I like what he talks about. I want to follow him on Twitter. Boom. I now have that rented audience. On Twitter, they get more value, so they join my Discord. No, they follow me. They sign up to my email, my MailChimp. From there, I might say, hey guys, I've got this free Web3 marketing course. You know, click here to sign up or click here to join. Or maybe it's $100 course. Like, this is how the thinking goes. So I've been thinking for a while, how do we have this same sort of experience on Web3? How do we turn this into a Web3 creator funnel? That's what we want. Web3 creator funnel. Because look, right now we're all about decentralization. We've all got wallets, but we use Web2 technology to run our projects. It's a bit back to front. I get it. It's just the time that we're in. MailChimp doesn't work because it requires a personal exchange, and a lot of people don't feel comfortable with that. And so it was important for me to go, look, what else is out there that can replace MailChimp, but still give us that sense of personal communication with an audience that is an owned audience. And this is where Mirror comes in. Now, you might have heard of Mirror before, the home for Web3 publishing. Okay. When I first saw this, I thought it was just a writing community. Like, you had to, I think, own a certain amount of tokens and you had to be voted in. There was some sort of competition that was running each week or every day, and people had the opportunity to write. So it was like content that was curated by the community for the community. So I thought it was just like a writers guild of sorts, a blogging platform. And I think that's what it was. And then I stumbled across this article. It was published on July 27th, 2022, introducing Web3 subscriptions. And I want to show you what this looks like. Chase, is it Chase? Yeah, Chase Chapman, there we go. So up here, she's got an entry. So let's say co-ownership as a Web3 social primitive. You can collect this as an NFT, which is not what we're not going to talk about that today, but it's another revenue stream for writers. But you can also click subscribe with your wallet. Okay. I will say, when you sign up to this, it asks you to provide your email address. I'm going to write this down just so no one misses it. I'm going to have to explain this, and this will be something that will be tricky in terms of onboarding, but you need to provide your email to use Mirror. You do. But your email is not shared with accounts. Okay? Only your wallet. So if you were to subscribe to my Mirror when I start writing content, you'll have to provide your email, but I won't get your email. So I can't spam your email or anything like that. I don't know what it is. It's all yours. It's only so Mirror can send you notifications when I post something. That's it. That's purely it. So putting that aside, this seems really cool now, because the whole premise of this is that you can subscribe to an account, to a project, without your email, but just using your wallet. That's cool, because now we're living in this decentralized time, or we want to move into more decentralized space. Tick, tick, tick. This is more Web3. So instead of using the Discord platform, which is Web2, we're now just using our wallets. Very, very cool. as a creator, I now get the opportunity to communicate with you. I can create content, and you'll get an email, whatever email you want, Hotmail, Gmail, Yahoo. So we're still getting the benefits of what Web2 creators have, but in a more decentralized way. You with me so far? So I really, really like this. So I'm going to skim read through this because I don't want to paraphrase and miss something. So I'm excited to launch Web3 subscriptions. This feature allows readers to subscribe to any publication with their wallets and receive email notifications when new content is posted. For creators, Web3 subscriptions open the door to building a wallet-based community that can be used across Web3. So good. So good. As I read this, I was getting excited about the possibilities. And I will say here, this is where my mind started to open up, because thinking it was just a blogging platform sort of restricted its potential in my mind. When you start thinking about it as your email, your mailing words, it's the equivalent to MailChimp, right? It's your MailChimp dashboard, it's your WordPress blog, it's all of that in one. And so it's not about, hey, I'm going to post one blog a week, because that's what you do. You might do one or two. This is different. This is almost like your communication platform. If we go back, this is Chase. Chase just has entries. Now she's using it as, I believe, a blogging platform. But I envision this now as a notice board. That's a good one. Notice board, right? So I can post up saying, hey everyone, just wanted to stop in and say, have a great day. Boom. My community gets that message in their inbox when they're ready. They don't have to log into Discord. They don't have to worry about another app. They don't have to sit there and, chat and play games. It is they're in control of when they get to consume that content in a way that they're familiar with. So again, the customer always comes first. I always put that. I always say that the customer needs to be central. We need to be making human-centric decisions. So what is easy for them? I believe this is easier for them. I truly do. So let's carry on. Mirror has always been a place for Web3 creators to publish and make announcements. Here we go, announcements. The output has encompassed the project and product launches, white papers, thought leadership, education, fundraising announcements, and NFT drops. But until now, there hasn't been a way for communities to stay engaged through notifications. Hence why we use something like Discord or Telegram. Mirror takes subscriptions a step further by centering it around a Web3 wallet rather than an email address. We believe wallets are the fundamental representation of identity in Web3, and creators will want to build a community represented by wallets rather than emails. A Hello World post, white paper, or manifesto that marks the genesis of any important project on Mirror can now enable its audience to subscribe, creating a social and economic link between community and project. They're using all the right words here, people. The future of community is wallet native. The social and economic characteristics of wallets already converge across Web3 and activities like NFT collection and in participation in community governance, DAOs. But that's just the beginning. Socially, wallets are evolving into the means by which everyone in Web3 communicates, interacts, and follows each other. Blurring the lines between social and economic identity presents a completely new design space with enormous opportunities for the next generation of social applications. At Mirror, our mission is to build great publishing tools at this junction. Love it. I'll skip forward. You don't need to hear me read it all. For the name of the wallet-based community will be an immeasurable power. Is about passive consumption. Community isn't about passive consumption, liking, or sharing. Wallets transform a community into active participants via collection, ownership, patronage, and governance participation. This is the thing we always talk about, right? Like when we say, hey, we've got a project community. You know, you create a project, we're going to call it, I've got my yellow bottle NFT collection, and I want you guys to join my Discord. And we're in there like, oh man, we've got such a cool community, man, look how many people turned out to Gartic, yeah, GM, look at our funny gif, lol. But it's surface level. It's very surface level, and it doesn't mean anything. And it's proven when it comes time to mint. There's just no energy behind it, right? So you can't gauge, hands up, if you just know for a fact that you just cannot gauge the participation rate or how many people are going to mint based on activity in the Discord. You just can't. I've seen astronomical like things happen from a quiet Discord, and I've seen nothing happen from big Discords that had like friggin' 500 likes and whatnot on their announcements. They had people turning up in the voice chat. Nothing during mint. It doesn't make sense. So Discord means nothing then. So why do we keep using it? Right. Wallet-based communities can facilitate new creation models, new engagement models, and new business models. For creators and projects that don't yet have a community of wallets, we believe publishing on Mirror should be the first step in that direction. Every big idea that sparks a movement begins with a story, and now it can inspire a reader to subscribe and join yours. Wallet-based subscriptions also deliver on the broader promise of Web3, composability with other tools used daily in the ecosystem, such as community chat rooms, token-gated drops, community analytics boards, and vice versa. In the future, Mirror will be able to compose with pre-existing lists of wallets or tokens to enable functionality such as community-gated content. This is very, very early, but I like that they will grow as our needs, as the Web3 community grows. As other people develop new technologies, we will be able to, they will upgrade, and this will evolve. That's what I love about this. And I know Mirror is not perfect, and no doubt, I haven't started using it yet, but no doubt there's going to be problems. It's not going to be perfect, but we're not here for perfect. We're here for innovation, right? We don't want perfect. We want different. That's why we are the early adopters. We are the innovators at the bottom of that bell curve. We'll save, you know, comfortable for the laggards that come up here. No, we're not about that. And I love where this is going. Wallet-based subscriptions also deliver on the broader promise of Web3. Oh, I've read that. Non-Web3 tools have been used in combination with wallets towards similar ends, but ultimately fell short as community building exercises. Drop Your ENS was a viral phenomenon on Twitter last year, but created more noise than it did utility because it wasn't productized in a Web3 native way. Critically, there was no easy way to communicate with people that shared their wallets with you. All right? So we do that. So what do we do in Discord? I'm a visual dude, so I've got to write or I've got to draw. So what do? We got people join Discord. People join Discord, chat for a bit, and then what's the big one? Strive for allow lists. Right, they're working hard for an allow list spot. They get the allow list spot, or they do something, and then they have to submit their wallet. Yeah, guys, click here. Go to a Google spreadsheet, enter in your wallet, or fill out the Google form, submit your wallet, or, you know, I know there's some other things that you can do as well now, the clicky buttons. But at the end of the day, we are trying to get their wallets so we can give them access. We can use that wallet ID to do something within the contract, or to give them some sort of benefit, because that's where the true benefit comes in. Right? When you go to mint, what do you have to do? You connect your wallet, then you can mint. It checks if you have allow list or not. That's where the fun stuff starts happening. Everything else that we're doing is just smoke, mirrors. We're just biding our time until we actually get to play in Web3. Right? So like, think about For me, I'm not an investor, I'm not a developer, so like I'm not sitting there like watching charts and stuff. I just don't know how to read them. I don't understand blockchain technology on an in-depth level, so I'm not going to conferences and just talking about technology and at home coding things. I'm a businessman, I'm a creative person, so I'm all about connecting with people. And so this next phase, as we start to move into onboarding society in general, requires people like me who are more people focused, and that's what I like. And Aussie follow Aussie, we've got lovely people who are trying to connect with people. It's good. So everything we're doing, from retweeting, for playing Gartic and doing all this stuff, is just top surface sugarcoating stuff, right? We are just floating around until we get to mint. That's the time when we'll be like, whoa, look at my wallet, look at what I've got. Maybe I can flip it. Like, I'm going to use that NFT for some other benefit. This NFT got me access to this alpha group or whatever it is. Hey, I used that NFT to log into the to Decentraland. You know, it got me access to this thing. Like, that is the thing we are all waiting for, but it's such a small portion of our time spent here, right? This is all a revelation to me. Like, I haven't really processed these thoughts. I knew what I wanted to do with Mirror and Discord, but like I said, having you guys as a sounding board is allowing me to work through my thoughts. So, and that's actually what my stream is about. It's not really about teaching, you know, because I don't really know anything. It's more about me just sharing my thoughts in real time, right? Because I'd be sitting here till like 11 o'clock at night by myself, and I figured, you know, maybe someone else would enjoy, well, not even enjoy, but find value from the types of things that I'm talking about. So welcome to the stream, right? So at the end of the day, submitting wallets, that's what it comes down to. We're trying to get their wallets so we can engage with something. Ultimately, we want them to be able to mint. Oh, this is getting me excited. Where were we? Critically, people share their wallets. Twitter just wasn't the right place for that. Mirror is the right place to engage with an on-chain community at scale because it is purposely built to be. On Mirror, you could generate the same level of attention, but the end result will be the foundation of your community, all starting with the delivery of your post directly to their inboxes. Here, this, and I just cannot emphasize this enough, that when we talk about inboxes, when we talk about inboxes, you can use whatever you want. Yeah. Though, that being said, if you ever send me an email from a Hotmail address, even Yahoo, there's so much judgment. So much judgment if you're still using Hotmail. Yahoo, I don't know why that is. So much judgment. Gmail all the way. Gmail for life, baby. But here, mail.com? You can use whatever you like. What do you have to use over here in Discord? Huh? Discord, you have to use Discord. And if you've got a phone, you could download Discord. You could also use Discord. Everything is just choked into Discord. So post directly to their inboxes. Wallet-based subscriptions on Mirror make community updates a core tool Web3 ecosystem. We can only begin to imagine what we'll be able to do with a list of your community members' wallets, but here are some potential use cases that are available right now. Subscribe to essays from leading web thinkers. Boom. That's the easy part. That's Discord. The easy part is just, hey, subscribe, send me an email. That's Web 2 stuff. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Subscribe to weekly updates from the best DAOs and Web3. Again, just updates. Token gated experiences for subscribers. Token and NFT airdrops to subscribers. Whitelisting subscribers for NFT mints. June dashboards to analyze subscriber preferences and activity. Subscriber-only governance proposals. When I read that for the first time, I was like, whoa. That is cool. Okay? So I'm going to start talking about this new project that I'm working on a little bit. I'm going to jump back and forth as I do. And I thank you for having patience with my ADHD. So with this project, no, I'm going to draw it for you guys because you guys deserve the best. I'm a graphic designer by trade, so that's why I use Illustrator. It's just second nature to me. So what we want to do is we want to... Whoop, not that one. Twitter. We are going to use Twitter for initial engagement. We want to post updates. Twitter, in my opinion, is where community can hang out. Right? Now tell me if I'm wrong. This is a fresh thought, and I'm keen to know what you guys think. I've maintained and had actually really great relationships with Web3 friends that I've met through Web3 on Twitter. We share memes with each other, we interact in the comments, we tag each other when something's cool. Like everything we could do in Discord, we're kind of already doing on Twitter anyway. Is that just me? Like I know Discord has a bit more of that sort of privacy, like we own the community, but I think it's fragile, it's fickle, it's not as community based as we think, because everyone's just waiting around to make some money, right? And it's how quick those communities can fall apart. So in Twitter, and here's case in point, Aussie follow Aussie happened, and I'm not in Discord servers with any of these people. Oh yeah, none of them. Maybe some people that I met before that I already knew were from Oz. Right, so what do? Hot tip, if you're not using Twitter lists, come on man, up your game. This is too much. This is why I wasn't following people, wasn't because I was trying to protect my follower ratio or whatever. It's because this was just too much, and I was like, man, I just cannot keep up with anything, and anything that's important to me, I'm missing out on. So I tried to turn notifications on, but once you turn notifications on for everyone, you just get absolutely accosted with bloody notifications, and you just cannot keep up. It's overwhelming. Lists are cool. Okay, so when I started getting a lot of people, there were certain people that I was like, hey, they're cool. I have good conversations with them and I like what they share. I value their opinion, or I value their taste in projects or their taste in art. There's something that I like about them. Maybe they're just fun to talk with. They post funny stuff. So I curate them. So now I can click on lists. And these are the 47 people. Oh, look. Butters. And I can come down and see what they're doing. Most importantly, I can support them. Okay, so Butters has retweeted that. But for me personally, I look down here. Aussies in the Web3 space, come support this legend. But dude. Yeah. Love you, Butters. Long time. You're a legend. There you go. Like I wouldn't have seen that if I was on my Twitch stream, right? So I'm not on Twitter. So I'd be here working away, doing my thing, and I'd jump on. If I didn't have that list or notifications on, like, where does Butters pop up in this? Don't. No, okay. In that case, he would have tagged me in it, so that would have been different. But let's say Butters has a new project that he's trying to start. How do I support that if I just keep missing it? All right, so I would say use your lists. I completely lost my train of thought here. Oh yeah. Aussie follow Aussie. A lot of these people, we were not in projects together, but I've been able to stay in contact with Butters. I've been able to DM people. Like, I am socializing. I've used my DMs more in the last month than I have the whole entirety of me using Twitter. Like, I've tried to join Twitter for like the last 10 years and I just could never get into it. October last year, when I got into the NFTs, is when I really started using it because I had to. That's where everything was happening. DMs I pretty much stayed out of. It started ramping up when I did a project and everyone was wanting whitelist and stuff, but this is the first time I've genuinely just been engaging and getting to know people in the DMs, and it's been fantastic. So the point of this is, yeah, finish your list, Butters. Finish your damn list, Butters. The point of this is, I am having meaningful conversations and interactions with people on Twitter. Why do I need to take that to Discord? Food for thought. That's something that's on my mind. And if it feels like I'm trying to convert you, I am. So you can hang out, you can make friends on Twitter. Like, you don't need a Discord to do that. Because that is one thing that is missing from Mirror, is that a big con, I'll put it in red, I will say it's a con, no community. Okay? No community in terms of your expectations from Discord. Discord is you can see the list of community, right? It's visual. I have to see, oh, look at all the people. It's vanity metrics. Look at all the people in Discord. But on Mirror, you don't see that. Are you the only one hanging out in Mirror? Am I the only one that subscribed? Right, so it can feel a little bit isolated. But if people are hanging out on Twitter instead of Mirror, is that such a bad thing? Mirror. Subscribe. Collect wallets. What do they talk about? Like token gated. Freaking whitelists. Governance. Like, once you've got the wallets, now the magic starts to happen. Now you can really start to do some cool things because you've got the wallets. Here's a kicker. If you're not convinced yet about Uncle Bim Bim's new marketing and community strategy, if you're not in Discord, what are you doing in Discord? If you're in Discord, what are you doing? You're reacting to announcements. You are playing games. What else are you doing? AMAs? What else? What else? What else? What else? Is that pretty much it? Maybe exclusive content? You know, you get to see sneak peeks first before everyone else. Let's touch on this one for a second. Like, why do we play games? Meetings? Yep. Meetings are good. So why do we play games? Why does a community manager start to play games? Is it because they want us to all be friends? Maybe. You know, it's a way for us to interact and get to know each other. The real strategy, so if anyone who's ever been in any project, like behind the scenes, you know that the games are a way to keep the community close. That's it. Okay? If I work hard as a marketing manager to get everyone into the Discord and then no one engages with you, you turn up and the Discord's dead. That's what we say, right? Oh, Discord's dead. The Discord's flat. And that's how people judge projects. They're like, oh yeah, the Discord seemed kind of active, you know, so like, I feel like it's a really promising project, you know, so, you know, they were doing lots of Gartic, they were getting heaps of reactions on their like announcements, so yeah, I think it's going to be good. The owners were like really, like, they're engaging lots with the community. It was just so good to see them like there chatting. Oh, they're doing it because they're trying to keep you engaged. They don't care. They didn't care about you per se. That's not fair. There are a lot of projects that genuinely did care, but for the large proportion of projects who were just in there to make a quick buck, it was just part of the strategy. It was part of the strategy to keep you close, because when it came time to mint, they need to know that you're top of mind. It's sales and marketing 101, right? And that's why they say, I think you have to see something like 10 times before you actually buy. And that's what we talk about brand awareness is, you see a billboard, you can't engage with a billboard. You know, you can't measure ROI, return on investment, on a billboard. So as a company, when you pay for a billboard, that's money gone, but you see it as a long-term investment. This is why a lot of small businesses struggle with brand awareness campaigns, because they can't say like, oh, how much money did I make from that billboard? You can do that from a Facebook campaign, right? But you can't do that from a billboard. But the whole premise of billboards, bus stop signs, magazine ads, and all that thing is that you're constantly in your potential customers' eyesight, or ears if you're listening to a podcast, right? So a bit of marketing background for those that aren't in it. For those that are, I'm sorry. It's my stream. You find out that you want to attract people who love League of Legends, they love anime. Your ideal customer is middle-aged male with a middle-class sort of income. All right, so you understand this. And then you start to think, hey, where are they hanging out? Okay, if they like League of Legends, they're probably watching these sort of Twitch streams on YouTube, on Twitch and on YouTube, these live streams. They probably like these sorts of publications. Turns out that these sorts of fans also are big fans of these sorts of cartoons, and also like this sort of magazines and publications or blogs or Facebook accounts. So you build this sort of psychographic persona, right? And then what you do is you turn up. If they like that Twitch stream, you become a sponsor of that Twitch stream. So you're there, you're the League of Legends player, you're doing your thing and you're watching your favorite stream and you're like, oh, like Axe body spray. You ignore it. And then you go onto YouTube to listen to your favorite band, which just so happens to be a lot of other League of Legends players' favorite band, because they did one of the songs on the soundtrack to, you know, the TV show. And then a YouTube ad pops up. You getting me? Or you just listen to Spotify and an ad pops up. All of a sudden, by the 8th, 9th, 10th time, you're going like, man, I just think about Axe body spray. The next time you go to buy deodorant, you're like, oh, I might try that Axe body spray. That's how it works. Okay? So Discord is the same premise. Well, it's just the premise for marketing anywhere. But that's the whole point of playing games, is to keep people close. Hey, we're going to do an AMA so people can learn. You're just constantly keeping them fresh and keeping them there. Here's the thing though, that is not wrong. I want to make that very clear. That's not wrong to do that. But if you're spending your time in Discord, you're not spending your time in Twitter, right? You're spending your time in Discord and you're not spending your time in Twitter. You're reacting to stuff on Discord and you're not reacting to stuff on Twitter. For me, I would rather people became really, really good at Discord. Because they had to. Not just people setting up accounts and running projects. Just casual users who wanted to mint and flip had to learn how to use Discord. I learned it. I'd never used Discord in my life, and I've had to figure out how to use it. Wouldn't you prefer your audience to be master Twitter users? Right? Like, yeah, Twitter is overwhelming, but not if you use lists, not if you use notifications, not if you use the tool the right way it's meant to be used. Now, again, Twitter is not like Discord. The channels and roles and all the cool things you can do, I'm not crapping on that. It's got its value. I'm talking from a pure engagement perspective. If I can build relationships with my community and get them to use Twitter, I want them to RT. I want them to quote RT. I want them to like. I want them to comment. You with me? I want them to DM, because all of these things help with the Twitter algorithm. And if you're trying to get new people to your project, they don't see what's going on in Discord. I mean, you're trying to get them to the Discord. Whether it's a closed Discord, if it's a closed Discord, that's even worse, because there's no way for them to see any of the great stuff that's going on. They just have to take your word for it. But even if it's an open Discord, you're trying to vie for their attention. If your Twitter account, if all of your tweets are pumping because they're not reacting to Discord things, make your friggin' announcements in Twitter. Everyone gets to see that. They get to see energy. Why would you take that away? Again, yes, I get this whole scarcity and exclusivity thing, but we're doing it in the wrong place. We're creating exclusivity and scarcity at the wrong point in the funnel. Let's come back here. If you're creating scarcity up here, you're doing it wrong. You should be making scarcity. You should be creating scarcity down here after they mint, not before. You should be opening up. You should be opening up your Discord and like getting everyone in, building that hype up and letting people be excited about it. But when you create scarcity here and you keep people away, but you're making it harder for yourself, because at that point, how do you mint out a project? You are relying on this very tight-knit group of people who we've already established we actually can't tell whether they really are committed or not. But you've just basically bet the farm on that small community. Who gives a crap if they play Gartic every night? It means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. So from a marketing strategy perspective, it just makes sense to allow as many people to see the activity. If there's updates from the founders, that should be on Twitter. I'm going to do a little segue here. And because my mind is doing its thing, I'm talking about updates that everyone can see. That's just my note for later. Do you know what thing from Web 2 that we can adopt in Web 3? Web 2 cool thing? Bloody content creation. A la this stream. We are talking about podcasts, blogs, live streaming, creating videos, like, I don't know, TikTok, YouTube, whatever else is out there. There's a plethora of platforms out there and different types of activities that will suit you. Don't like being on camera? Right. Do a podcast. Do something. Like for me, I couldn't do YouTube videos because I would obsess over one video. I'd spend a week writing the script, and then I'd make sure the lighting and everything was perfect, and I'd film it. Hi guys, this is my opinion on Mirror versus Discord. And I'd stuff up and, oh no, I didn't like that. Let's record it again. It's too much for me. Live streaming just throws me into the deep end where I just have to just make myself look like an idiot on camera, but it's done. I leave here after 2-3 hours and done. I have content, and then I chop that up into little pieces, and I've got TikTok content. My first stream I did, nervous as hell, I haven't posted any of this, but it's gonna be posted, was a 2-hour stream, and I got 12 individual pieces of content from it. Just little tangents and stuff that I go on. That's all. That's almost 2 weeks worth of Instagram and TikTok content like that. That's a story for another day. Content creation. How many projects do you see do content creation? NFT projects. I don't see many. So what do NFT projects do? They promote. They sell. And this is no hate on anyone, because I've done the same. My friends have done the same. It just came with the territory, right? So this isn't a judgment on anyone. It's facts. It's just the way it is. We're talking strategy. That's what I do, is branding and marketing strategy. So I'm sharing my thoughts with you. So they promote and sell. So what do they sell? Join our Discord. Check out our art. Look at our roadmap. Collabs. RT, like, tag 3 friends. It's just pure promotion, right? Pure promotion. And it's exhausting. It's exhausting as a customer, as a user within that NFT space. Man, it's exhausting because you're not just looking at one project doing that. If you're interested in 10 projects, they're all doing that. All of them. There's an RT, like, and tag for every single one. Let's see if we can see anything like that. Like, it's art. I mean, that's cool. I don't know, like, that art looks really clean and cool. But when you scroll down your feed, like, man, what the hell? Art, like, RT, tag. It's just the same old crap. Like, RT, tag. Like, RT, is that the same one? Nope, it's not. Collaborations. Like, RT, tag. Jesus. Like, RT, tag. Like, RT, tag. Bloody hell. No wonder we're burnt out. This is ridiculous. This is exhausting. It's spammy. This is why people don't hang out on Twitter, because they're not having meaningful conversations. But since Aussie Follow Aussie, we have been. We've been talking about how to motivate each other and some cool things. How do we meet up? Actually just being human again. Man, like, it's cool, but it's exhausting now. Like, it's overdone. Well, you get the weirdest ads, eh? You do have an emoji problem, Butters. You're the star of the show tonight, Butters. So yeah, we're using Twitter to promote and to sell. We're not creating content. This is content, okay? It may not be for everyone. This isn't a video game. It's not. This isn't entertaining. I get it. It's different. It's just me talking to a screen about business. My son, I hope he's watching. He hates this stuff. No, he's not watching. He doesn't get it. He's 13. I love him. But you know what he does? He goes, Dad, I'll jump on your stream. So you don't have to, mate. You don't have to do that. Like, I'm just talking business stuff. It's just me. You're going to be staring at my face. He's like, he goes, yeah, I know, but, you know, I just want to support you. It's like, oh, bless his soul. You know, but this is content. And it's not for everyone, but you find your audience. So right now, not once have I talked to you about my upcoming NFT project, have I? I've told you that I'm working on a project, but I haven't told you the name. I haven't told you what the plans are. I haven't told you the mission, the vision, the roadmap, nothing. It doesn't matter. Because you got to understand how people think. Like, if I'm talking to my Australian audience, it's 9:17 p.m. You know what you're doing? You're probably sitting on the toilet. You're probably chilling in bed or chilling on the couch with a movie playing in the background. You've had a long day at work. The last thing you need is for me to like be selling you something. You're on here to learn something new, maybe have a laugh. You know, it's interesting for you. This content creation is all about the audience, right? Yes, it's me on camera, but good content creators are good because their content creates value for the audience. Compared to over here, this type of marketing is all about the project. And if any of this doesn't make sense, or if you disagree, that's okay. I love good open chats, you know, because we all learn from good debates. But if you ever like have any questions, you can jump in the chat here, or you can DM me, tag me on Twitter. I love just meeting new people, and I love just talking about these things. Most importantly, I just love helping people. If this helps anyone out there, then you know, I feel good about that. So content creation is this. Like, projects should be, okay, let's pick something. Let's say you're making sneakers. Maybe you're making sneakers out of like, you know, recycled tires. All right, it's just something cool that you're doing with your friends. Show the process. Don't show your new NFT of a tire wearing sneakers. Hey, check out our artwork. Check out our artwork. Because that's the other thing. Don't sell the features. Sell the benefits. That's why we talk about utility and whatnot. Too often we talk, hey, I've got an NFT project, NFT project. When you go to use your phone, when someone says you got to pay for your petrol, the cashier doesn't say to you, are you paying with cash, or are you using NFC technology? No. If you said that to my mom, she'd be like, sorry, what is that? What's NFC technology? No, it's, are you using your phone or using your card? Are you using Apple Pay? Are you using Google Pay? Right? You use the brand names. Like, before it was an MP3 player, then it became an iPod. That's branding. It's marketing. You know, Steve Jobs said, he didn't say, hey guys, we've created like a really cool MP3 player. No. He pulled out the iPod and he said, what was it? 10,000 songs in your pocket. That's the thing. It's good marketing. It's good branding. So if you're here and you've created, you know, an NFT project, you make recycled sneakers, or you want to, maybe that's your idea. We've got a way. We've found someone who can take recycled rubber tires and turn them into sneakers at an affordable price, and we want to provide sneakers to third world countries or whatever. Show videos. You know what would be cool? Instead of showing, hey, RT friggin' like tag 3 friends or whatever. Well, not tag. This guy's cool, by the way. I love his work. Acid Boy. Bit of a tangent. _acid_boy. Give him a follow. Tell him Uncle Bim Bim sent you. Like his art, I don't know, I just love it, man. Look at that. God, there's some talented people out there. I'll let you enjoy that for a second. Good old Acid. Yeah. Go give him a shout out. And while you're at it, give Butterscotch49 a follow. This episode probably sponsored by Butterscotch. Right? So instead of just sharing the typical Web3 content, do you know how that project could stand out? By creating content. Do you know what would be so cool? Is if they filmed the videos of them going to visit the studio or the factory where this guy makes these sneakers, and they show the process of how these sneakers are made. Right? If they you know, did interviews not with other collabs, with other NFT projects who just are only there for allow less. What if they actually got on the bloody charity that they're partnering with? Those are the things that allow the people to connect to the brand, right? You gotta like move past this shill, promote. You've gotta connect with people. That's where the content creation comes in. This here, and this is real time. Me doing this stream is building my personal brand. So if Uncle Bim Bim ever launches something, you don't just see me as like another dude on Twitter who has an NFT project. Hopefully, eventually, if you guys got any sort of value, you're like, man, he's actually really nice. Or maybe you DM'd me and I didn't turn you away. I responded and I helped you of some sort. It's building this thing, like, how do you want people to remember you? That's personal branding. And so I do this to show people what I'm about. My two personal brand sort of pillars are education and empowerment. Okay, it's just what I do in a lot of different spaces. I just love to play that role. And so that's what I'm doing here. I'm essentially showing that in real time. Even though I could create my NFT project and say, hey guys, this project is all about education and empowerment. Check out my cool NFT. That means nothing. There's no authenticity to that. There's no validation to that. Here, with content creation, you can't, if you've gotten value from this, like we're about to hit the 1.5 hour mark, and if you've been sticking around and you got something out of this, mate, you're going to be like, well, yeah, dude, I got an education from that. Like, I knew nothing about marketing, and then in an 1.5 hours, I just learned more about marketing than I had my whole life. How could you not walk away and be like, that's valuable, man? Now, when you see Uncle Bim Bim, you might think, oh, I might check that out. He says that he likes education and empowerment. No, he really does. Right? I've seen it. You should check out his Twitch stream. You see how all this builds up. Okay? So I haven't talked about my project because I want you guys to know about me. I want you to know about my values and what I represent. So when I start to create content about my project, you can start to connect with the brand and not just me shilling the NFTs. So I'm trying to like evolve the way we do marketing in the Web3 space. Okay. And I'm so glad I wrote this bloody note, because now I remember where I was at. I actually do have diagnosed ADHD, just for anyone wondering. So I do tend to bounce around. Hopefully it makes for okay content. This is why I write myself little notes, so I can come back. Yeah, butterscotch. That's why we get along, man. But just had my dexamphetamine a bit late, so it hits and I'm like, let's get some work done. So updates that everyone can see, right? You want the people to see the founder's story. You know, the project that I'm starting is very deep and personal to me, and you'll all hear about it soon enough. But the only way you're going to learn about that is to see me. Like, I'm actually considering flying to New Zealand, to where I used to live, and shooting like a little documentary on my phone. Like, that is content, and that is how people will connect. I don't know. My wife was probably saying no, but I'll figure something out. I could probably figure out how to tell the story from here. Either way, it's storytelling. It's connecting with the heart of it. You want people to connect to the heart of the project. So yeah, Discord is great, but it segregates people when you really shouldn't be segregating anyone, right? Like, yes, there's a place for exclusivity. See, even a nightclub. See, I'm trying to see if real world examples. So I'm thinking of like an exclusive club where everyone wants to get in, but they can't get in. And that's how people treat Discord. They treat it like, we're going to keep it private. You wish you could be in this Discord. The difference is, when you go to, if there's a nightclub and there's a line going out, that is not a line to get into the nightclub. Sorry, that's a line to get into the nightclub. That's like a lineup of people trying to mint, and they can't mint because there's too many people clogging up the server. People are going to the nightclub to spend money. No one is coming to Discord to spend money. So you're creating an exclusive space, but there's no value exchange. Like, sorry, in terms of the business. So it just makes no sense at all. Yes, the exclusive nightclub might have exclusive access, but I guarantee you they probably market to a broad audience. They're probably talked about in a lot of different spaces. Because they want everyone, even though they don't want everyone in there, they want everyone to know. They want everyone to want to be in there. Right? So there's a time for exclusivity. I feel like I spent way too long in this section. I'm going to move on before I lose myself again. Let's recap real quick. Twitter, you can do all these things, versus Discord, you do it behind closed doors. I would rather it happen in Twitter so everyone can see, because when someone RTs, boom, you automatically get new eyes on it. And that's it. You build up momentum that way. So Mirror doesn't need to have a community aspect, because you'll build that community aspect in Twitter if you're using it right. It's up to the project. It's up to the project to onboard and teach their users how to interact with one another on Twitter. Save Discord for those that mint. That's when you create the exclusive club with those that mint. That's when you can do this sort of thing. But this whole starting part, keep it light, keep it loose. Tangents. Back to this. Wallet-based subscriptions also pair perfectly with collectible entries on Mirror. So for those of you that don't know, like here, Chase, you can actually connect. Let me connect. Look, I've already subscribed. Let's continue reading here. trying to find. Oh, here we go. So one thing that's really cool, and this is where Mirror has always had this, is you can collect, and you can. This is sold out. So she had, people were able to collect this article. 333 people collect this article. And she made 3.33 ETH from this article. Crazy. 0.01 ETH each. Crazy. So that's what collecting articles are. And so maybe your favorite projects that do cool things. Maybe it's their first post or whatever. You go, you're like, yeah, I'm going to collect that. That could be something memorable back in the day. It's like how, old mate sold the first tweet ever. I don't know how you guys value things these days, but that's what that means. Your audience can collect their favorite writing from you on chain and also subscribe to you so they never miss what you publish next. Never miss an opportunity to collect an entry. Never miss a call to action from your project. Your audience can collect the... Yep. Today it all starts with delivery of your next video. We can't wait to see how... Oh, that was it. That's it. I already read it all. Right. So. Here's what we're going to do. Now I know my boy Butters has been chatting because he's a legend. But not anyone that's watching. If you can drop something in the chat, I just want to get just a general consensus with everything we've been talking about here. I just want to put a thumbs up or thumbs down if you think that this is a viable option. It'll probably just be Butters that comments. But genuinely, it's not for the likes or whatever. I just actually want to see the general consensus of whether you think this is a viable option or a viable replacement. I'm interested. But if you don't respond, whatever. I don't care. See? Butters, you're quickly becoming one of my favorite people. So, what I want to share now is I want to talk about how I'm going to use it. We've gone through the sort of theoretical side of why I think this is a viable replacement. Even if you guys don't agree, I'm going to do it anyway. I'll be your crash test dummy. I will go down burning in flames for all of you. But if it works, just remember you heard it here first. So, yes, let's talk about this. So Twitter, we're going to obviously tweet announcements. Actually, well, I'm not going to say Twitter. Twitter will be the main, but we're going to say social media in general. Because again, I don't want to segregate people. So I will be on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. The point of that is I don't want my Twitter audience to go to TikTok. No. You can stay on Twitter. But if you prefer TikTok, then you can be like, hell yeah, I can engage and socialize on TikTok. It's about meeting people where they're at. So there'll be different people across Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. So it's just about creating different variety of content. So I want to tweet announcements. I want to, and Twitch. I want to tweet announcements. I want to create content. And I want to engage with the community. All right. So already there is a big shift from the typical Web3 way of marketing. We are now moving towards this model that I'm doing. So taking the community out of Discord, and we're going to do it on social media. We're just going to engage with people. All right. Encourage conversation within the comments. In the comments. Yep. Encourage virality. Retweet, comment, like. You want that energy to be on Twitter. You want people to feel that energy. You want to be a part of it. So from that, here we go. From there, we're gonna push them down to Mirror. Create content. Share articles and updates. So let's see if we can do this in real time. I've jumped on, I set some things up. Yeah, remember me. See, I haven't used this yet. Uncle Bim Bim. Okay. Do you know what? Let's create first entry. Let's give it a title. What's a title? Here we go. Mirror as a viable replacement for Discord. No, stuff that. Hello world. All right. This is my first test post live on Twitch. So if I had subscribers, they would all get this. It doesn't have to be a blog post like what we saw with Chase, a full article. Some of them could be. Some of them could just be this. Hi guys, hope you're having a great day. Publish. And everyone would get that. But from there, let's just publish this. Switch to Optimism Network. Funding. Huh. Yes. Sign and publish. You watching this in real time? Because I'm learning this in real time. Sign and publish. Media to IPFS. IPFS. Got it. Ooh, yeah. Here we go. There's a subscribe button, there's a collect button. Now I think, so I can take this. And that's what I would share on Twitter. It's a bit long and ugly, but testing out via Mirror. Whilst live on Twitch. Please take a moment to read my masterpiece below. So imagine that's actually coming from your project. Okay, you've got your project account and that's what you're tweeting. That's how easy it is. Just like, you know, what do we do? We go to Medium, another Web2 platform, to post our white papers, right? Like we do our white papers, then we come over here and we share them. Now you do it via Twitter. Via Mirror. So now everyone will come and they see this. Magics. So from Mirror, post updates. Just like you would. Just like Discord announcements. White papers. Blog posts. Interviews. Share articles. Man, you can educational resources. Like it just goes on and on. So everything you could do in Discord, you're doing in Mirror. This is just content and information at the moment. But now you're also collecting wallet addresses. So how does that work now from a tactical perspective? Instead of me saying, follow us on TikTok, join our Discord, and then from Discord, go to the website and mint. And this is assuming people actually see the notifications. What if instead now it's to have access to the mint, just access, not allow list, to just access the mint, you need to be subscribed to our Mirror publication. Access to mint requires subscription to Mirror publication. Now let's talk about the impact of that. What are the benefits of that? You get subscriptions. Subscriptions means your content gets delivered to their inbox. Higher chance of them seeing that content. You increase the chances of articles being collected, right? So maybe some extra money that your fans like. You in one like smooth, swift stroke of the sword, you've collected their wallet addresses. So you don't need to go back and say, hey, Discord community, fill out this form so we can collect your wallet addresses. No. This is our tiered membership. Social media, you treat people a certain way, but it's rented. But now, man, if you subscribe to my Mirror publication, like you're a homie now. Like you obviously commit and you like this. I'm gonna give you benefits that other people don't have. So you're starting to see how this works. Like from here, you can now provide that token gated access. If we built a community or something in the metaverse, but it was only given to those subscribed to your Mirror publication. So it goes around and round again. People are like, oh, I want to access Decentraland. I want to access this other thing. What do? They find out that the only way to do that is to subscribe to Mirror, so they subscribe to Mirror. Consequently, now also getting all of your content. But there's an exchange in value here that they know that being subscribed to your Mirror gets them something, but also gives you value because you want to create that relationship. It's like, hey, look, I'm happy to give you value, but like, if you can stay in contact with me, that's the exchange. There should always be some sort of exchange. And that's where a lot of businesses in the NFT space are failing, because they're not doing that exchange properly. So that's okay, because I want you to mint the project. I want you to support the mission and things that I'm trying to do. So I've got to be honest about that. But I'm going to say, hey, we're going to do some special things in Mirror. So come along and join. In exchange, I'm going to give you great content, great access to things. So I think that's it. I think that is where the strategy is going. Yeah. Collect wallet addresses, token gated access, like everything is going to be done here. Like in Mirror is when we'll be like, midweek, yada 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 yada, midweek. Don't forget to do this. Hey, like share this publication with your friends, which circles back around to Twitter to try and get new people to subscribe to Mirror. And it just becomes this beautiful little thing. From there, once you mint, now, absolutely. What the? Whatever. Absolutely. Create a space for your community to hang out. Discord. All right, for your community, your DAO, group of friends, maybe little sub DAOs or sub communities. I know it's a big thing now with like CCO projects, people doing all their derivatives. Like, yeah, manage and organize that in Discord, but the people that you're investing time into are people who actually want to be there. Yes, they may sell, but they've already exchanged value with you, right? It's like you don't get into a relationship with someone until you know that they're committed, right? So you don't date someone for 2 days and you give them a key to your house and you give them, you know, the PIN code to your bank account. You don't do that. You establish a relationship, you build trust. There's an exchange of value from both parties where and then you're like, you know what? They've proven their commitment to me through their actions, through their behavior. It's the same thing where building a community is hard work. You don't build the community beforehand. You're testing you're testing whether or not the community is committed, or different people within that potential community are committed. So before mint, that's not a community. It's a database. It's not even that. It's an audience of potential customers. The community comes after. That's where these projects really become strong, is what people do within the community when the hype dies down. That's when communities become strong. Just like relationships. The honeymoon phase, it's all easy. You know, everything's new and exciting, but once you have to go back to work, once you sort of try moving in together and, you know, he left his beard hair in the sink, you know, and you leave your coffee in the closet. Those little things that irk you, your first fight, those are the times that really test the relationship. Those are the times that strengthen the relationship if you get through it. And so it's the same with these communities when you have the bear market, but people are turning up now to Discord, not because they have to, but because they want to. That is the time to create community. Beforehand, pre-mint, no. You're just marketing. You're just promotion. So don't fool yourself. So that's my belief. I think it's fair. I will be working towards nope. I will be working towards executing this on our upcoming project, not an NFT project. It's a brand. It's a street and pop culture brand. Yeah, the NFT is inconsequential to everything else compared to everything else that's going on. So I'm excited to share that with you guys, but keep a close eye out because we're not going to have a Discord. I've made the decision that we won't use Discord. We're gonna use this method. So, check it out, see how it goes, and see if it works. If it doesn't, it's all right. It'd be good to get you guys' feedback. I'm no doubt we will get people's feedback. I'm like, that sucks. Like, you should open a Discord. No, the answer will be no, because I want to see this through. I want to see this right through to the end. Even if we don't mint out, I want to commit to it because I want to see how it turns out. So that should be interesting. So we'll be using social media, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, creating content, engaging with the community, engaging like humans, really letting you guys see behind the scenes. Then using Mirror to gain subscribers. So yeah, for the next project, you see it, there's no Discord. The next project, if you want to be part of it, if you want to win a Lao list, it will all come through subscription to Mirror.xyz. I feel good about it, and I think just this stream sort of just confirmed that validated it for me that yeah, this could actually work. So I appreciate you guys being my sounding board and helping me to run through my ideas. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Really happy with that. Look, I think that's me done. It's almost 2 hours. That was a lot of talking. Gonna do a bit of work, but I think I need to not be distracted by your lovely presence, and actually knuckle down and get some things done. So thanks for joining me. Really enjoy your company, and I will see you next time. Peace.